Hello people. We talked about stack, heap and pointers in the previous videos. In this video I will tell you about new and delete operators. Let's start with new operator. This code creates an integer variable on stack and a pointer variable on heap and match them. That can be useful, but we need our variables and pointers to hold on heap, and we use the new keyword for this. Here is a simple example. This line creates an integer variable on heap. Let's leave a comment. And if we want to print this variable, we can use it. This code runs. Let's try it. F5. As you can see, this printed 5. But this is not a write code actually. Now we need the delete operator. Whenever we use the new operator, we must use delete operator when we done with this variable to avoid the memory leak. If we don't delete the pointer before scope ends, there will be memory leak, because when the scope ends, you will lose the chance of achieve the pointer, and it will go on to occupy space on RAM. So the right way of the code will be that. Okay, let's leave comments. We are done actually. This code seems pretty well, but if we add one more line, it will be much more safer. And this line is p equals nullptr. This line makes your pointer and variables totally free. Even if you don't add this line, the end of the scope will do the same job, but it will be good habit to write nullptr right after delete. If you don't write this line, it may cause of dangling pointer until scope end. Okay, we just learned new and delete operators, and we will work on an example to make it clear. So this example will cover arrays, const and some other topics, but don't worry, I'll tell you simply. This example also will explain why to need heap. First, we will start with wrong way. So let's start. An array is created like this. You don't have to understand it deeply, but when you write a number in here, it will make you an array as big as this number. Okay, and we will need size of operator in this example to understand you about heap and stack. This function will return you how many space does a variable take off in memory. If we try to write a variable type in here, it will show you a single variable type taking space. For example, let's try it, but we need to use cout. Let's try it. Okay, it means an integer value take off 4 bytes space in the memory. Okay, and let's try are and this array keeps 20 bytes in the memory. That's why that shows us 20. What about if we try a bigger variable? So for better manipulate, I will use another variable to int element number. $100,000 and equals 100,000 and for seeing megabyte I will do another formula. By the way, I want to point this error. You can see probably because of video recording application, but I can see in the Visual Studio in an expression must have a constant value, because in stack variables are not changeable, and const keyword avoid to change our variable. Let's try. Okay, the error is destroyed, and I want to show you. If you try to change it, it will warn you in here. That does not let us to change n because of const keyword. Okay, let's remove it, and we are going in here. Okay, and now I will use another formula to see our memory as megabyte. Okay. But this is integer, and that does not give us a real value. That's why we are making it double by points. And let's try it now. Okay, everything seems well. It's not even 1 megabyte. But what if we try to add one more zero in here and make our variable to 1,000,000? Yeah, that failed. That does not show you anything, and that failed. Because, as we told, stack have limited memory. Now, let's go to do the right way. Okay, as you remember, this created a variable on heap, and let's try it. Three point something. That worked. That didn't work on stack, and that worked on heap. And remember, we add const because of stack, but we are working on heap. That's why we can delete this const and we can run it again. Yeah, and let's be some crazy. 2 more zeros, and it's almost 400 megabytes. Yeah, and I want to show you in memory and add 1 more zeros. And we can add breakpoint, but that's not a big deal. It's just because of stop the program while running. Yeah, as you can see, diagnostic tools. Our memory is more than 4 gigabytes. But as you will remember, we must add delete to avoid problems. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Click the like button if you liked the video. If you have any suggestions, I would love to read them in the comments. I will see you in another video.